So let's say that I want to perform dynamic analysis of this building. Let's say that I want to apply one harmonic loading at this particular corner and in the x direction of the building, right. Just for the purpose of this demonstration, that harmonic loading can represent anything, right. So the very first step in the dynamic analysis would be to define the time variation of that dynamic load, or if you want earthquake analysis, then time variation of that acceleration, ground acceleration, right. So time history analysis or dynamic analysis can be performed for applied loading and for the applied ground shaking also. For applied loading, you need to provide P of t. For ground shaking case, you need to provide UG dot dot function of time, like some earthquake which is already happened at past and which is now representing your future earthquake. So in both cases, the analysis type would be time history analysis or dynamic analysis. The very first step would be to define the function. So I go to define and function and then time history. Here you will be defining the time variation of your loading or your earthquake or anything. So time history, and then there are certain templates available or types available. Let's keep it simple. I select the sine function or harmonic function and I add new function, and let me call it as let's say harmonic function, right. And the template is already available. I just need to give 2-3 things here and it will be modified according to that, and table will be generated automatically. Obviously you should know that program will be using step by step direct integration or modal RHA depending upon what we select in the load case, right. So it will not be using the classical solution even for single degree of freedom systems. It will be always using either of these two methods. So let's say that I want to apply, let me just click OK and I will come back to this again. Let's say that I want to apply a loading of 1000 Newton here in the x direction, and that 1000 Newton should be harmonic, and that omega bar is already, let's say, available, it is given already. So 1000 is my P naught and sine omega bar t, where omega bar is given, and I want to perform an analysis for 20 seconds, let's say. ठीक. So we will go to define and then functions, time history, and I'll just modify that same one. Now I have to give amplitude, I have to give the number of cycles, the number of steps per cycle, because program will be discretizing that sine function to develop that table on the right hand side. So what should be the number of steps per cycle, and then time period, which is the t bar actually. Omega bar can be converted into t bar or the time period of harmonic loading. Let's say that my time period of applied loading is 1 second. So I just put it 20 steps per cycle, and I want it to have 20 cycles, so that my total duration of applied loading is 20 seconds, right. So it is completing one cycle in 1 second. So I give 20 cycles. So the total duration of that shaking or that function is actually 20 number of cycles. The amplitude is the height of that sine function. So either I can apply a loading at that particular node, I apply 1000 Newton and I just give this amplitude as 1, or I can give 1000 as an amplitude and then apply a loading of 1 Newton, right. Because my approach will be what? My approach will be that I am defining a time variation. I will apply some load at this particular joint and that assign that time variation to that load. That time variation which I am defining from define and functions will be multiplied by that load which I will be assigning here, or I will be applying here actually, right. So if I want 1000 Newton sinusoidal force, either I apply 1000 at this node and multiply it with a sine function which has an amplitude of 1, or I just apply 1 Newton in this direction and multiply it with a variation which has an amplitude of 1000, right. Both are same things. So what I do here is, in define time history and the same function I modify it, I just keep the amplitude as 1. Program automatically develop this whole time versus value, this whole table is fulfilled. Currently program does not know that it is some sine function which is going to be assigned to a particular loading, that loading will be applied. This is just one function which is currently defined. Unless we assign this function to a particular loading, that loading will not become dynamic, it will still remain static, right. So I just keep that function, 20-second function having an amplitude 1, having my own omega bar, whatever I want to give. So that name is harmonic function. I just click OK. Now I select that particular node which I want to assign harmonic dynamic loading. I go to now assign and then joint loads and then force, and in the x global x degree of freedom I assign, let's say 1000, let's say 1000 kip I wanted. So 1000 kip I already select in the positive direction of x axis, and that I need to assign it in a particular load pattern. So the hierarchy in ETABS, SAP and all those programs is that you apply loads and apply them or add them in a particular pattern. That pattern is called in a load case, and then cases can be combined into load combinations for design. Analysis is run for load cases, right, and then later on the results of individual cases are combined based on load combination rule which you give, right. So first you define pattern, in pattern you apply force or any other loading, then that pattern is called in a particular case, right. So in one particular case you can combine different patterns also, but by default when you define or when you declare a particular pattern, its case is automatically defined, but you can also combine different patterns in one case, right. So actually before I apply this force, I should define a pattern and assign this 1000 kip force and include it in that particular pattern, right. Otherwise I had to include it in either dead or live, but I want only this force to be multiplied by a particular variation. So therefore let me add a new pattern for that. So define load pattern and let me just select that, call that pattern as sine. Let's select its type as other, self weight multiplier 0, and let me add it. Now sine pattern is defined. Now any loading which I want to apply now can be included in sine pattern, and that pattern can be then multiplied by a function, and that pattern will become dynamic, right. So let me select that node and then go to assign joint load force 1000 kip, and now let me add it to sine, right, replace existing or whatever. So any of the 6 degree of freedom can be applied with some force. So I just apply here, you can see 1000 kip. So this is 1000 kip in x direction. Currently if because I have already defined a pattern by the name sine, if I go to load cases, I will see that automatically one sine load case is defined, and by default that is linear static. So which means that currently if I just run the analysis, program will think that 1000 is a static force which is assigned within that sine pattern, load pattern saved by the name sine, right. But program will not consider it as a dynamic load unless we change the type of this load case, right. So currently it is linear static. Let's now modify it or add a new case. In both cases this can be done, and this is where we will be actually declaring that sign pattern which we defined should be multiplied by a time variation, and now it becomes a dynamic load, right. So let me name this case as sign case, right, and let's select its type as time history, right. And again, when I select time history, I again have two options. If my model is linear, I can go for linear model. This is actually model RHA, and the second option is linear direct integration. This is step by step direct integration. If my computer model was non-linear, again two options for me: non-linear model and then non-linear direct integration, right. But currently my model is linear model, elastic model, so I can go for either linear model or linear direct integration. At least now you know what is linear model, but in next class we will discuss the linear direct integration also. But linear model, let's say I select, and in both of the cases the form will change. Linear model will have a different option here, and the linear direct integration will have a different option, but this upper part will be same, right. So let me first select linear direct integration to explain this part. You can go for some p delta option or any other thing. Let me skip that because I'll go to other thing. Here you can define the load patterns or include patterns in this particular load case. So by default there is one load pattern by the name sign is added there, and it is being multiplied by a function which is default uniform function. Actually this should be changed to harmonic function, which we have just defined, right. So load type can be a load pattern or an acceleration pattern. If you want to perform the time history analysis for applied loading, go for this load pattern option. If you want to perform time history analysis for applied ground shaking, then go for this acceleration pattern. But in that case the pattern which you will be selecting or function which you will be selecting, actually that function should be the earthquake ground shaking function, which you have to first define in the define functions. Currently we are going for applied loading time history case. So let me go for load pattern, select the name of the pattern as sign, and I myself know that sign pattern have one applied loading of 1000 Newton in the x direction of that particular node, and the function will be selected as harmonic function. And if you want to apply any scale factor, any multiplier to your applied loading for any purpose, you can give this number here. So this is, you are telling the program that now that 1000 Newton or kip should be multiplied by harmonic function having an amplitude equal to 1 and having a particular duration and a particular omega bar, and then apply it as a time history load case, right. These other parameters, for example the number of output time steps and the output time step size, these two numbers should be same as the functions time step and functions number of points, if you want to save the analysis results for all time instants. Because currently, let me click OK and OK, and let me go to define and the same function and harmonic, I modify that. Currently I can see that the time step which the program is using is 0.05 second, and it have actually how much number of steps it have created, actually 20 steps per cycle and 20 cycles, so 400 steps. So if I want to save the analysis results for all 400 steps, then I should go here, define load cases, and then modify this case. This number should be 400 here, right, and this number should be 0.05, same as my applied loading step. So in this way you will ensure that all time steps results will be saved after the analysis, right. So when you multiply them, you should get the duration of applied loading should be 20 seconds. So scale factor is just one multiplier which will be multiplied to your applied loading, and then that loading will be applied. So you can use it for many purposes. Sometimes it is used to make the units consistent. The applied loading function is in some other units, and your actual loading should be applied in some other units. Your model have a different unit. So in order to make them consistent, you can apply that factor here. So several purposes this scale factor serves. Then time integration, last option. This is the analysis engine. Newmark, Wilson, collocation, HHT. By default HHT is selected, but you know already that Newmark can also be selected, Newmark time integration method. And then damping. Here if you go for linear direct integration, the option for damping will be different. If you go for linear modal case, the option for damping will be different, right. You just have to define a pattern, and that pattern is multiplied by a function here, right. The question is that we applied just one point load at one particular node. See, if we want to make many loads as dynamic loads, then we have to, and if let us say that their variation is all same, then we can add other point loads in the same pattern, and then that pattern can be just selected here, multiplied by one function. So all the loading in that pattern they will be multiplied by that function, right. But if you have, for example, harmonic load in one story, periodic load in second story, impulse load in third story applying at the same time, in that case you have to make three different patterns and add one point load in each of that pattern, then and define three different functions, and then multiply those pattern with respective functions to make their load cases, right. So this define functions option here, define functions, this give you a lot of flexibility. For example, I can define periodic loading also. For example, triangular, it is of this shape, I can modify this. Then user periodic, for example, I give one cycle of periodic loading and it replicates any number of cycles. For example, here I can give point by point just one cycle, let us say 0 0, then maybe 1 second, and loading is let us say 3. See, and 5 number of cycles it have already created. So I just need to give one cycle here in this table and the number of cycles, the program will just replicate. Similarly, any other option you can see here, sawtooth, ramp, cosine loading, and more importantly from file and user loading. User loading means that you point by point just give your own loading. So if your loading have any shape which is not included in any of the template, then you point by point add that here, right. Similarly, this from file means that your values for your time variation are already saved in a particular file, and you can just import that file and program will read that file. Obviously, in case of earthquake, when you have thousands of data points which are representing your time variation of ground acceleration, you will be using this from file option. So let me just import one example file. I just select from file and add new function. I give any name to that function, and here I will click on browse, and then in E tab C drive where it is installed, already few ground accelerometer accelerograms are already there. So let me go there, and maybe in this time history functions, let us say this is the file which contains my data points for ground acceleration for one particular earthquake. So let me just open it. All the earthquake files can be opened in Notepad, although it is a .th file, but it can be opened in Notepad. So you can see here that it is having first two lines as the header lines. The actual data starts from third line, and the data is 2000 points of acceleration equally spaced at 0.02 seconds, and the units of acceleration are centimeter per second square, which may not match with the acceleration units in your computer model. So you will be applying the relevant scale factor, applicable scale factor. So they are all acceleration values equally spaced at 0.05 second, 02 seconds, right? So it is like first point, second point, third, fourth, fifth, and then first line is finished, then the second line will start, then third line will start, right? So it is having, in one line you are having actually eight acceleration points, right? And all are equally spaced at 0.02 seconds. So once you understand this format, you select that file and then fill this form so that program can rightly read that file for you. Header lines to skip 2, prefix characters per line to skip 0. The data directly starts from the start of the line, no characters to skip. Number of points per line is 8, and then values are time and function values or equally spaced values at equal intervals of time, 0.02 second. This option should be selected, and the program have already draw that data. So it's a 40-second earthquake which has this variation, but these values on y-axis are acceleration values in centimeter per second square, right? Now program doesn't know that. Program have just read one file, only you know that this is acceleration value. For program it is one time variation, it is one function. When you make load case, there you will tell the program that it is an acceleration function which should be applied at the base of the building and should be multiplied by that scale factor to correct its units, right? So I click OK. This is the name of that function. I can give any name. Click OK. So this function is saved now, and when I make load case, in case of ground acceleration analysis, no need to apply any force, because program already know that this acceleration will be applied at base. So unlike here where we actually applied some force and assign a time variation to that force, we will not do it here when we perform seismic analysis or earthquake analysis, dynamic analysis. In load case, let's say that I add a new case and I make it time history, and let's select it as linear direct integration and add a new pattern in this and set its type as acceleration pattern. It should be in u1 direction, the global x direction of the building. Earthquake should shake that building, and the function using which it should shake is actually that function which I just imported, right? And the scale factor should be multiplied with that function and then applied. Same output steps, same step size, same that time integration. You can go for Newmark or HHT. Actually my assumption is that some source of harmonic loading is installed in your structure at this location. So let's imagine a hypothetical scenario that your structure is applied with a harmonic loading at this node only, right? But actually for real loading you should know that which node of the building should be applied with what kind of loading. Just like dead load, live load or any other load, you should know exactly that what node will be having what loading, right? So I just use it for the purpose of demonstration, right? So imagine that you just have a motor installed at this node which is just applying harmonic loading to your structure, some hypothetical scenario. In real case you will be actually having some real loading source which you will actually decide that these are the nodes which should be loaded with some number, right? Now we are left with damping only, which we will be discussing in the next class, right?